Who are these two guys we see hanging around with Lamine Yamal 24/7? Because yeah, usually when you see young Lamine on a football pitch or off it, you can't miss the fact he's always with these two brothers. So why are they always with him, following him everywhere, before, during and after matches, on holiday or even when they go clubbing, or even to concerts? And more importantly, why are both of them accused of trying to scam Lamine? Well, first of all, what you need to know is that the first one, Mohamed Abdi, who Yamal calls Moha, is actually his cousin. So they're family, which also explains why he kind of looks like Yamal's dad. Hustle hard. As for the second one, Sohaib, he is Yamal's childhood best friend. And all three of them come from the same working class neighbourhood, Rocafonda in Catalonia. And by the way, Yamal's most iconic celebration, when he makes the 304 sign with his fingers, is a tribute to where he grew up, because 304 is the postcode for Rocafonda. So Yamal, Moha and Sehab all grew up in the same neighbourhood from birth, and they did absolutely everything together. That's also where they started playing football, and as you probably guessed, one of them broke through more than the others. But Yamal's a good guy. Even though he's only one of the three who made it, in the end it's almost like all three succeeded, because he always looks after his friends. And when I say look after, I mean everything. The three of them live the exact same lifestyle together. We're not just talking inviting his friends to a VIP box for a match. No, there isn't a single thing Yamal does where the two of them aren't with him. It's almost like there's a clause in Yamal's contract saying they have to be there. And that is just for matches. But even for galas or award ceremonies that Yamal attends, like the Ballon d'Or events and the rest, it's the very same story. Moha, Sohaib and Lamine all sleep in the same hotel room. They go to ceremonies together, they dress up in suits together with the same creative direction. And even when it's time to pose for the photographers, the three of them are together. But the craziest part, it doesn't stop there either. Because you might think, well, Lamine needs to have some privacy. Well, not really, because the trio actually live in the same house as well. Yeah, Yamal is a multi-millionaire, but that doesn't stop him from living in a three-person flat share with his friends. Apparently, they even sleep in the same bed. No, okay, that part is fake. Don't push it. They each have their own bedroom, but they do sleep under the same roof. Yamal even gave a house tour on YouTube a few weeks ago, and everyone was shocked, because the first place was a complete mess, and to be fair to him, he explained that he was in the middle of moving. But people were mostly shocked to learn that Yamal had been living all this time with his two friends. Some were even worried about his career, saying that for recovery, it's probably not ideal that he lives with these two guys, because you can imagine all the late night gaming sessions and all the parties. So while some footballers live in $25 million palaces with staffs of 10 people like chefs, masseuse, physios, coaches, gardeners, Yamal lives in a shared house with Moha and Sahib. But does it affect him on the pitch? Well, for now it seems to suit him fine, because Yamal is on track to win a Ballon d'Or soon, and keeps on humiliating other players on the field. Going back to Moha and Sahib, it's fair to say the two of them got extremely lucky being friends with one of the most famous young players on the planet right now, because they get to enjoy the superstar lifestyle, constantly traveling with Yamal, living in luxury, meeting other stars next to him. And the craziest part, they even end up doing collaborations with Adidas and appearing in those same ads with Lamine. So they end up making money too. It's insane. That is when Twitter jumped in, with many people criticising Moha and Sohaib, saying that they are scamming Yamal, living off his money to enjoy a luxurious lifestyle and landing deals with these major brands. But those people ignore everything that I've just told you. What's undeniable is that this trio existed way before Yamal broke through in football. Since they were kids, they've always been together, causing trouble, sharing their own vibe, dancing on TikTok together, driving quad bikes, working out together, even brushing their teeth together. So in the end, I've got a question for you. If you had been Yamal's friend from childhood, wouldn't you enjoy life in the same way? As long as you never betray that friend and always support them. Because that is also so important to say. Indirectly, his cousin and his best friend contribute actively to his success. When we know it, when Yamal is happy on life, he's more fulfilled on the pitch. And right now, he's still only 18 years old. What makes him happy is gonna be being with his friends. If you look closely, after every match you see Moha and Sahib on the pitch with Yamal. They always have special access, understandably. And when he plays at home, then all three of them leave together, which makes sense because they're all going back to the same place. And that's why you always see them taking photos together in the car park after matches, whilst they're waiting for their private driver to take them home. The other day, we even panicked a bit, because once we understood his friends weren't trying to scam him, we thought Yamal was going to be robbed after a guy pulled a very sketchy move in the car park. You see the three of them chatting calmly, And suddenly this guy walks between them and drops a piece of paper. The situation looked kind of scary, but in the end, Yamal picks it up and gives it back to him. And that's when the guy pulls out a pen asking Yamal to give him an autograph, even though Yamal is supposed to be the superstar. Yamal doesn't get it at first, of course, but then bursts out laughing when he realises he's just been pranked by influencer Negate, who is even friends with Neymar. He's already done several videos with him, and they even called Ney together with Yamal. And that is not the first time Negate has done this prank with other football stars. He did the exact same thing with PSG captain Marquinhos, who completely fell for it. And here he is doing it again with Chelsea players like João Pedro, who had absolutely no idea what was going on. And there's Cucurella next to him, dying of laughter. In short, a prank that works every single time.